It's Behind the Counter podcast right here on Insane Games TV. We're kicking off another episode Monday, October 18th, and of course the fucking phone is just ringing. You know, has the phone rang in the last like 3 hours? Oh. Actually starting to believe that there is possibly a troll who does that on purpose.
Could be.
I'm starting to believe that it is. Luckily, the phone's not in the immediate area. I can just hear it ringing in the background.
You got the Saratoga ring, dun 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 dun. Dun.
But we do have like new phones coming. Did I tell you about these?
Yeah.
They're like this new. We got new phones coming. I don't know when they're supposed to get installed, but soon. They're all like paging phones, so like you can page like just you'll be able to page here, or page to my office, or page. I think it'd be pretty sick. And you can put, and it has a screen. You can put our little store logos on it. Pretty what?
The only bad thing about it is that it's a wired phone.
No more wireless. There's just no need to walk around wireless anymore with your phone. Like, where you need to go with the phone that's wireless?
Are you reversing in technology?
No.
We're going to get one of the...
That would be pretty... Would that not be pretty sick?
It would be good for us because we're a retro store, so it would be pretty funny.
Could you imagine someone walking in, you hear the phone going... Ding, 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 hello? And
someone tether Dan's Xbox controller down tonight and see how he likes it.
I got to drive Danny NASCAR tonight, Niko.
Yeah, let's do it with a cord.
But we're ready to go, October 18th, for another episode. You know, it's been an interesting day. You know, I've always said, you know, that we're in the business of content over here. And these conversations that go on around here, I stop. I was ordering Pops earlier today, and I do this like, maybe every 3 weeks. I sit down and I look at the...
Do you have a piece of Dorito right here?
Do I?
I really cannot stop looking. There you go. All right, you're
done?
Good. You're good. Are you done?
Every 3 weeks I go through and I order like pop figures, and I always you know me, I'm not very all that. What's the word?
Cultured.
Maybe in all the different things that are out there for pop figures.
Knowledgeable.
No, I would say I'm knowledgeable. There's just a lot of like I don't know. Was that
out of the
loop. Would that sell or would that not sell? I don't know. So I read all. I'm just going through, and the first one I just randomly said was it Demon Slayer? I said, would anyone buy Demon Slayer? Niko's head. I've never seen him pop over the rack so quickly. Go, I would. Everyone buys it. And he proceeded to tell me that he would buy.
He's a big Tanjiro fan.
Because I told you numerous times that I would buy one. And I go, I had no idea you were looking for Demon Slayer.
I said that I wanted a pop for inside my PC, like Tom has. Yeah, it's a copy move, but I liked it. And that's the one I wanted. And I've told you 100 times that I wanted that one. And you just brought it up out of nowhere. I've been saying that those would sell. Well, let's get more Seinfeld pops in here. I've been saying the Demon Slayer ones would sell more than anything.
Not every. I mean, let's be honest. Another thing, my ordering with I know you haven't seen too much of it, but my ordering with the pops have been pretty right on the line.
I'd say you're at 90% success rate.
Okay, I mean,
Seinfeld
I
is a
just
big
order
10%.
pops like a madman. I don't even know what I'm ordering half the time, and the Seinfeld I thought would be a big hit. It's a number one show probably of all time, maybe behind The Sopranos. Okay, but second best show of all time, which, by the way, The Sopranos just came out with pop figures. I ordered those today, but I ordered a little bit more
He didn't learn his lesson.
No, I think Soprano pop
They should
would sell.
sell.
People are going to want Tony Soprano.
Especially if you get less. You just got so
movie.
many.
Did you watch The Sopranos?
A little bit here and there.
Have you?
No.
Have you?
No.
Surprisingly
Oh my
not.
God.
But the new movie just came out.
We're going to do a homework assignment one of these days, and it's going to be to go home and watch The Sopranos.
As
You
long as
can't.
you
No
watch
one.
Demon Slayer.
You three can't talk about TV at all until you watch The Sopranos.
You can't talk about TV.
What do you mean?
I've seen plenty of great shows. I just happen to not watch one. Like 6 seasons. They don't even know the ending of their own show. There's like 3 different endings.
No, there's not.
I have no time to get involved in a
There's one
6A
ending.
and a 6B last season. All right, pal.
They broke the last season into 2 parts.
There's like
no
alternate
A and B.
endings,
There's
alternate
no
realities
alternate
at the end.
Nope,
Doesn't he
nope.
like die in one and then he doesn't die in one?
Nope.
Know what happens, I thought.
Nope. You're getting into the Game of Thrones universe.
I have
There's
no
not.
interest in getting that doesn't have a true ending to it.
The Sopranos has one ending.
No, it's up for interpretation, though.
Yes, but there's one ending. There's
See,
one
maybe to
ending.
you.
And people who are like Game of Thrones, like where they go on Reddit and they just talk about Game of Thrones their entire day, and they wonder why it's 9 o'clock already at night, and they're like, I've been talking about Game of Thrones all day. Okay, those people are the ones that say and overanalyze what they think happened. It's real simple. The music stopped. That's it on The Sopranos. The music was playing and it stopped. You decide what happened. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't see the
They
show.
went to
I have no
bed. I
idea
don't
what
know.
you're going on about.
Yeah, you really need to watch it to be able to talk
I will
about
say that's
TV.
probably the best show on Dan's list, though.
Wow.
Even though I haven't even seen it, that's probably one of the shows I respect most that you enjoy. All the other ones are shit. Trash.
My favorite show is one of the best shows of all time. Most Emmy nominations ever, I believe.
Lay it down.
Good old ER.
I actually watched a couple on
Mike
slow
is
days here.
fascinated with ER.
There's a
now.
couple
He knows
characters
the
I like in
characters.
there.
I have never seen it, but
And
you
the
did
theme
a lot of,
like,
song. The
medical-
theme song is very
And you
well.
just can't beat the theme song.
I can't do like medical.
What do you
Freaks
mean?
me
Why
out.
not? You can't do medical. You know, I'm learning more and more about Niko over the last couple weeks. Okay, he can't do medical. He can't do horror movies. He can't do anything scary. Then what can you watch?
That was just like all in the same
What
category.
can you do?
Like what?
I watch horror movies. I don't prefer to watch them, but I do watch them. Conjuring 2 is one of my favorite movies.
By the way,
That was a
can we
pretty
pause
scary
for a
one.
minute? Oh, come on. You can't even do anything without commercials anymore. Whatever.
What was that?
I was going to play something, but once again, you just can't do anything without Google commercials everywhere you go.
Have you seen Conjuring 2?
No.
It's a
Should
pretty
watch
scary
it.
movie.
Is
Very
it good?
movie. Mhm.
I think.
Where's
How
that
many
out?
are there?
It's been out. That's probably. It's like the whole like Annabelle like universe too. So it's
Hey,
confusing.
Oh, yeah,
Can we
Right,
pause
yeah.
for a minute?
Like maybe like 6. What is that? The
Best show right there. Best theme song of all time. ER.
I don't know
Now
if
my
it is.
audio is coming through.
It's an okay show.
I haven't watched a lot of shows. I want to watch Sopranos. I want to watch The Wire. I've never seen that.
Let's put The Sopranos number one.
The Wire is
So
not
next
like
time
a
you're
highly
looking to sit
regarded
down
show.
and watch something, Steve, The Sopranos.
You have to give me your little DVD set, your little Dan
What are your
DVD
top 3
set.
shows?
My top 3 shows of all time? I might do top 5.
Okay.
I don't even know if I can rank my top
Top
3.
10, maybe.
It's very,
Just do 5.
it's
Give
very,
me 5.
Thinking.
very suggestive.
I'm Making a Murderer makes my top 10.
That is pretty good.
It's a great show.
That's like a one-time watch,
The
and then you're
documentary. It's
done.
the only documentary I'll ever put in as one of my favorite shows. My favorite show of all time is definitely ER.
Got that.
Top 5, Chicago PD
That is pretty good.
on NBC. Great
Wow,
show.
Steve. Wow.
Sergeant Hank Void.
My mom
Disappointing.
watches that
Great
a lot.
Sopranos is definitely top 5, so that puts me at 3. I'm not gonna put them in order yet. I'm
That's
just
fine.
So I've said ER, Sopranos, Chicago PD, Modern Family.
Over Seinfeld?
Yes.
I like. It's tough for me to rank like shows,
There's a lot.
like comedies with like the other shows. You know, like I like a lot of them. But
I'm trying to think of ones I quick. The problem now when you binge watch shows, you forget that you watched them and you
Yeah,
forget all
true.
about them. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting what I really, really liked that was over in like 2
That's
days.
why it's a problem. I have to start listing it down.
I mean,
I have like a notes app thing, and it's when I watch it, it just gets added to the bottom of the list, just so I can remember which ones I've.
You take the time. You guys take the time to do that.
I never did it. I said I should. But
I mean, it's not. It takes 10 seconds to write the name, and then it's done.
Like I like the show Mindhunter on Netflix, but they got rid of it. Like they had like one season. I binge watched the shit out of it.
oh yeah,
Another
that show was pretty well.
Yeah, they came out with another season, and it's just like 4 years after the fact. Stranger Things. That is one of my favorites. I don't know if I put that top 5 though.
That's like the one thing that was like hot in the streets, like pop culture wise, that I never watched.
It was a good show.
It's still going, is it?
Yeah, Criminal Minds, one of my favorites.
That is.
But I don't know if I put that in the
classic.
I
top
don't
5.
watch shows like that. Maybe that's just where my gap is.
Oh, I see. I had to think about it. I don't know top 5. Suits on USA.
Oh yeah, I
Network.
knew that you liked that.
Classic show. Harvey.
See, I
Great
was
show.
in a little USA. I watched what
They got some good
Psych
shows.
was on there,
Yeah.
Chuck was on there, and White Collar. I watched all 3 of those. Never watched Suits.
So my top 5 is ER, Sopranos, Modern Family, Suits, Chicago PD. Top 5. Pretty sophisticated
never
top
seen any
5.
of your shows.
I hit every genre, by the way.
have seen Modern Family. I think that's the only
Modern
one.
Family is one of the classic.
I love Modern
combo.
Family. I think if I was doing like a top 5 TV characters, Phil would be in my top 5. I love Phil Dunphy.
Phil reminds me. I'm not gonna say his full name. CR reminds me just exactly of him.
Okay.
I think I know who you're talking about.
You hate Peaky Blinders, right?
I don't watch it. But
I tried an episode. I didn't really like that one.
I love.
So, what's your top 5 favorite shows?
I know my top 3. It's Game of Thrones, Peaky Blinders, and Lost.
Lost.
That's a pretty good show.
I love.
It's a name I haven't
Lost.
heard in years.
That is one.
I mean,
of
I
the
haven't watched it. Like when I
ending
watched
was-
it was a while ago, but
like, if people
it's
don't
so
under-
good.
Ending was
Outside
kind
me
of
being
wiggity
a
wag.
candy master, I'm also a TV show master. And Lost was one of the shows that brought ABC back to life when it came back. It came out with Grey's Anatomy and it came out with Desperate Housewives all at the same time.
I've seen Grey's. Wouldn't say that I watched that in my own will, but it's decent.
Not a bad show. I've been really because I love ER, obviously medical. I've been tempting to watch Grey's Anatomy, but there's 18 seasons.
Yikes.
Trying
Mike,
to think of what else I like.
top 3.
It's tough for me to say.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones was in there. Now it's kind of dead to me. But
Thrones.
Dexter was my first show I watched. One of the wettest shows of all time. Ending. It's all about the endings. They're all bad in all these.
Yeah. It's tough sometimes to end it. Figure out a way to get out.
Just those two I can really think of right
So
now.
wait a
It's
minute.
good ones. It's
Wait,
good
whoa,
shows.
See, this is where I'm gonna jump all over you, and I jump all.
I just haven't watched a lot
I
of
would
TV
bitch slap
lately.
Tom around on this very subject. You're gonna tell me that Game of Thrones is one of your top favorite shows? By the way, you like that new flavor?
Red.
Oh, that's a red Gatorade. Oh, look like the new flavor. We got a new red flavor in there. It's like strawberry lemon.
I'll take a
I
peek
don't
at
remember
that.
what you said. Yeah, it was something like
I
that.
don't think it's kiwi. I think I said it wrong.
It's pinkish.
It's like a pinkish red. But
I don't really think a lot of TV shows are that great.
you would put. So let me get this straight. For 7 seasons, for 7 years, you would put Game of Thrones one of your favorite shows. Just because of a bad season, it's no longer one of your favorite shows. You're really gonna be that serious?
I
about
said
it?
that was
It
the
is-
first show I listed, but I said I'm still hurt.
It is a crazy ending.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. If I had 10 guesses to guess how it ended, I wouldn't have even come close to that.
I walk around with 100 complete satisfaction. I liked the last season.
I don't. I
You're
wouldn't
just
say
a
that I
troll.
hate
You
it.
didn't
I
like
hate
that.
Well, let me tell you why I liked
did
the last
not like the
season.
last season.
Let me tell you why I liked the last season. I didn't dedicate, 8 or 10 years of my life to watching the show.
I
like
came
everyone
in
else
about midway through.
I watched it in like 6 months. I don't have the time invested in like Tom,
What's
who
the
sat down for 5 years analyzing seasons 1, 2, and 3.
I did that. I watched the
Okay.
first. I didn't watch the first 2 seasons, but after season 2, I watched live like every episode. Waiting Sunday night, waiting for it to come on.
So you're disappointed with the last season.
I mean, like it is what it is. It ended how it ended. I don't like disagree with it, but it's weird. It definitely. I mean, Daenerys is my favorite character, and it's just
I'll give
kinda
Niko
like,
some credit. I thought he was going to throw in a cartoon for one of his favorites.
Me
He's
or
really,
Niko?
really going to get
Me?
bitched out if you threw in a cartoon as one of his favorites.
I like a lot of
Steve,
There is some
cartoons.
good ones.
Steven could do a cartoon, weren't you?
Yeah, you could throw South Park on there, and you can't really
South
get
Park
argued
is
with.
really
South Park
good.
would have
But
been,
that's- I don't really
it's probably
consider
my top
comedies.
5. That's
When
what I
I-
was saying.
yeah.
I said I don't know. I could put.
They're in like their own
sequels.
genre.
It's a
Yeah.
cartoon, not a TV show.
Like, so people, I don't really like The Office. I wouldn't consider that in our discussion
Office is
because that's
trash.
comedy. Whoa!
This
I
might
actually
be-
don't
this might
watch
be
that
like a
too much.
Have you ever seen New Girl, the show?
Yeah.
I love that show. It's very funny.
Actually, I did see a couple episodes.
It's very funny. Or Community. Those are like 2 that people like
Community, I
kind of
think, is
like,
a
but
show.
like they're not as popular as like Parks and Rec or The Office. But I think they're quite good.
He's not buying anything.
Okay.
All right.
I am interested for doctors.
Not really watched a lot of TV shows. Not while I was a kid or now. The George Lopez Show, classic. A lot of memories.
Now that's a good intro.
Oh yeah.
This is very
Waking
unique.
up in a cold sweat at 2 a.m. to Low Rider by War.
Yep.
One of the best experiences ever. Next.
That's like a top intro to any show.
Oh yeah. Cowboy Bebop, classic.
Oh,
anime.
that's anime right there.
And the third one's hard. I'm gonna have to go with Ye old SpongeBob SquarePants.
Dan's gonna need to be resuscitated after this.
Dan's about to blow a gasket. I like those choices. They were true to his soul.
Told you. Not even 30 seconds.
Well, there's no one
He was
out
probably
there,
looking
so-
for someone to help him.
He's not looking at anyone for anyone out
Yeah,
there.
well, I'm not getting any help around here. I'm walking out.
Probably just walked out with 3 pops in hand.
The George Lopez show.
Hell yeah.
It's
The
like
George Lopez show. That show was on Friday nights. That's how bad it was.
I mean,
Shows go to Friday nights to die. When a show's not doing well, it gets sent to Friday nights.
that seems like a classic like Home Improvement era. Like I was a good show.
My
wife and
Home
kids.
Improvement is a great show, but George Lopez is certainly not in that category.
I feel like they're kind of all like
Let me ask you a question. You watching TV shows on a Friday night?
Sometimes.
me.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. That's where shows go to die. So let's go
Not
back to
I
George
particularly.
honestly
Lopez.
don't watch live TV ever. Unless
Okay.
it's sports.
Oh, yeah,
George
American Horror
Lopez.
Story.
Yeah, that
Watch
doesn't
it.
make the top 10.
That was a good one,
What's
though.
the
That's one
one-
of the ones I've been pretty loyal to.
What's
I'm
the
in loyal
one,
to do. I
uh,
wouldn't put one of my favorites.
I have never watched it. I refuse to. But like the Hill House or whatever. Have you
Oh, yeah, that
King
was a
of the
good
Hill?
one. The Hill House.
No, not
King of the Hill.
But is it, I think it's
The
called
Haunting of
Hill
Hill
House.
House.
Haunting.
The
Yeah, it's
Haunting.
a
of-
haunting.
I've never seen that, but I heard that it was.
Actually,
That was
I just
good.
opened up a whole other wave of shows I like. The American crime stories are pretty good too. The sort
The
of
O.J. Simpson and
and then they have another season.
who was this
Um,
one that's coming out?
They did the Monica Lewinsky,
Okay.
and then Netflix has one too where they did the Unabomber, and then they did the other bomber, and it's actually a great show. I binge watched it. Like,
Marathon one or what?
no, no.
Oklahoma City. Is that the same?
Maybe.
City?
He blew the guy set off a bomb at like a concert. I don't know what it
The
is.
Manchester one.
No.
I think it's just
one, the Ariana
Unabomber,
Grande
like you
one?
said.
No, the Unabomber was the first one.
There was one like 3 years ago at an Ariana Grande concert
Yeah.
in Manchester.
No, it wasn't that. It was an older one, but it's a great show. The guy got set up, got framed, and
Oh wait, the one that just
it
the
just,
movie they made about it too.
well, there is a
It's like
movie,
the security guard. or
Yes,
whatever.
what
Yeah,
is that
I
one?
don't know what it's called.
but they did the TV show version on Netflix. It's actually
didn't
very
see that.
good. And it's all like pretty big actors in
or
it.
was that the Olympics?
It might have been.
I
No, it was a concert because they were playing. I don't know. Maybe it was a concert at the Olympics.
I'm not sure.
What's the show?
I have no idea. Just type in security guard.
Bomb?
I don't want to say bomber, but like,
All right, incognito we go.
Great show. But then you go into those. There's so many shows that are good out there. And yeah, every night I can't find a show I want to watch.
Olympic Park or Centennial Olympic Park. Richard
Yes.
Jewell.
Yes, Richard Jewell. Great show. You got to watch that on Netflix. Great show. All right, so I don't know where we got off topic there, but we're talking about George Lopez. What was your second one?
Cowboy Bebop.
And what is that?
It is an anime that's like an
I
old
can't. I just
90s
can't.
anime.
It's an anime?
Yeah.
I actually do want to hear the break. I've heard a lot about the show, but I would like to
Yeah.
put it into like a package.
It's just like a one long running arc with each episode is a different musical genre theme. And it's pretty good.
So it's about music.
Sort of. It's two bounty hunters flying through space, taking down criminals.
Why don't you tell me a little more?
One of them is actually was a cop that left after.
I think I gotta go to the bathroom.
No, I do. Okay. That makes sense. I was wondering if it had to do with actual cowboys or not. All the times I
No.
heard if that ever came
Wait,
into
so
play.
the word cowboys is in the thing. It has nothing to do with cowboys.
Well, it's space cowboys pretty much. They're
Oh,
bounty
okay.
hunters. Kind of like how the Mandalorian is.
That's a wet show. Very
See, you
wet
forgot
show.
all about that, didn't you?
It's hard to remember all of them.
It's actually pretty good.
I would say that one-
Daredevil show on Netflix is pretty good.
I actually haven't watched any of the shows with the superheroes.
I don't
that
get into
whole
those
like
either.
universe kind of sucked. Like Iron Fist was terrible. Like Luke Cage, the Jessica Jones one, but
I heard the
Daredevil-
Punisher was
I
good
haven't got
too.
into. I really haven't get
Punisher
into the superhero
and
shows.
Daredevil. Daredevil's better than Punisher, but they're both really good.
I watched a couple of the Daredevil though. That was good. Some of the
Kingpin in
sequences
that
are
is
absurd.
Crazy. Like he's so like that. It's whatever Vincent D'Onofrio. He's a crazy.
That
good
huge
actor.
fat
He
guy.
was a great-
Yeah.
he played in Law and Order: Criminal Intent.
He's a very good actor, and he's like Kingpin in that. Very
So-
good show.
What show is it?
Daredevil.
Oh. So what's the SpongeBob, of course.
Yeah.
What SpongeBob?
I think you should say what's the last one, but did you like
SpongeBob?
SpongeBob, Dan?
No.
Why?
Because it's a cartoon.
You didn't ever watch.
I can't stand cartoons.
All right, let's go back a little bit. When you were like 6, 7, or 8, you didn't watch any cartoon. What cartoons did you watch as a child?
I didn't watch cartoons.
You didn't watch a single cartoon.
No.
When you ate your cereal on the carpet.
Yeah.
You didn't. What did you have on the TV?
I had the shows that are on in the morning, like Saved by the Bell.
Wrestling?
What's the one with John Ritter?
I find it very hard to believe you didn't watch any of those like 80s shows, like Rugrats.
Come and knock on my
Doug.
door. I'll be waiting
Cheers.
for.
Not
Three's
Cheers.
Company.
Yeah.
Three's Company. I watched that in the morning. I watched shows. I didn't watch cartoons.
I think that's where a lot of your problem lies.
Nope, not at
You're
all.
a very cold person overall.
Nope. So you guys get up and watch cartoons in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you were
I
a
used
kid,
to-
yes. Wacky races, that's all I used to watch.
I used to wake up early for Pokemon when it was on the one.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I forget which. I think I was in elementary school, so very reasonable.
Saturday morning on the CW for kids.
And I would rush home to watch Dragon Ball Z for like a year straight.
I was ripping like Beyblades, like watching the show, like ripping them out there.
Before we get off of TV shows, is there any good TV shows coming out?
That
just came out. I
I
watched the
need to
first
get into
episode of
that.
that.
Good. Doesn't look good. You would say yes right away if it was.
I was disappointed by one part off the bat.
All right.
I'm not going to say it because it'll ruin it. But I'm disappointed by one part. Once you watch the episode, I'll tell you. What other shows are coming out?
Demon Slayer season 2.
What about Stranger Things? Is that on the slate?
I thought it was supposed to come out in time for Halloween this year, but
No, because
Isn't
they're
that
doing
what
it in
they
a different
usually do?
setting, I believe. It's not.
the
Last
COVID
year,
ruined everything, though.
but I think last year wasn't last year in Halloween.
What?
It's always Halloween.
Doesn't the Boba Fett show come out kind of
No
soon?
Oh,
shit.
yeah. Book of Boba.
Yeah.
Stranger Things season 4 next year.
Wow.
There's a few things I remember that were coming out like this fall. I forget though.
We did have a longer list. I think You was the best one on there, but now that's
I heard
out.
that one show on Hulu, like the Steve Martin and Martin Sheen. It's like about like a murder like podcast thing.
Murder in the Room or Murder in the Room. What isn't that what's her face in it?
Selena Gomez.
Yeah. And
Heard
Martin
that was
Short.
pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, Martin Sheen.
Still need to watch Squid Game as well.
I still need to watch that. I haven't watched it yet.
I heard it's not good.
The upcoming
So it's the number one Netflix.
Anyone that doesn't watch that show is just trolling for the sake of trolling, pretty much. They're like, oh, everybody likes that. Well, I don't like that because it makes me different.
Seems like Tom would not watch that.
Boda was telling me.
I can't stand people that will purposely not let themselves have a good time because everyone else
Boda
likes
was
it.
telling me Saturday. Well, no. Steph, Boda's wife, would tell me she watched it in Korean. It's Korean, right?
yeah.
And she says you got to watch it in Korean. You can't watch it. I'm watching it in English. I have a very big issue with watching it. I'm not going to sit and read subtitles for an entire series.
I don't mind
can't
watching
do it.
anime
I want to watch a show
in Japanese,
in
but-
peace. I don't want to spend my time having to read. And I'll read the book.
It's definitely if it's like a show you're watching, like if you're going on your phone and stuff, it's tough to watch it with subtitles. Obviously, I usually just have subtitles on anyway, even in English.
That's the true way to watch. You don't miss a thing.
Especially for like a Game of Thrones or like Peaky Blinders, I don't understand what they're saying half the time. Their accents.
Oh, is that not in English?
No, it's in English, but they're like British and Irish and Scottish. And
I
stuff.
can't keep track of what's coming out on Netflix anymore, or any of them really. I mean, I can never. I want to watch a show and get into like a binge watching show. I go on Netflix, I just scroll. I can never find anything I want to watch.
I don't know why
There's
you guys
so
hate
much.
on Peaky Blinders. It's a great show. Great cast.
The guy gets destroyed in Batman. I really don't have no interest in watching him.
Whatever.
He
What do you mean he's still alive in the last one?
They took the character Scarecrow and just ruined it. I can't watch it.
What do you know about the character Scarecrow?
What do you mean?
How do you know they ruined it when you probably don't even know anything about the character
I
Scarecrow?
clearly just identified him as Scarecrow.
Okay,
in the
that's
series
it.
Batman.
How did they ruin him?
Well, I didn't like him in the movie.
Thought they did a pretty good job with him.
I
First
didn't.
One, Batman Begins.
How was he supposed to be versus how he is in the movie? Oh, don't put me
I
on
don't know. I know based on
caught
what I
him
saw in
big
the
time.
movie. What?
You're just talking wild smack right now.
It just,
I was.
Wild
they
smack.
did him pretty well. Like he just puts like the hallucinogens out, and people think he's like a monster. I mean, in like cartoons, it shows him like actually as like a.
I thought everything I've seen about Scarecrow matched up with how they did him in that, pretty much.
To make him like, to make it realistic, like in real life movie, that's probably the best way they could have done it.
I'm simply saying that I didn't like his character in the movie. That's all.
But you said they ruined it.
I thought they ruined him in the movie.
But what does that have to do with Peaky Blinders?
Because he's in Peaky Blinders.
He's a main character.
I thought he did a pretty good job at Scarecrow.
Tom Hardy, one of the best actors right now in Peaky Blinders.
Well, that's a little bit debatable, but
Is he even still on there?
Yeah.
Is he a main character?
There's like a
less and less, probably.
I don't know how many episodes. If there's like, let's say there's 60 episodes, he's probably in like 40.
Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I didn't see that new Venom movie too.
And he talks like
that's out.
Funny.
Is that on digital?
I didn't see it.
Or is it in theaters only?
I think
I'll have to look it up.
There's like a ton of movies we got to start watching.
Suicide
Like it's
Squad's
actually completely
off HBO,
unacceptable.
I checked.
It's off?
Yep.
Wow.
When they first come out, they're only out for a month, and then they go off. It'll probably come back on. I don't know.
So we got off topic here.
Quite a bit, but
We're talking about pop figures and ordering. And Niko talking about his fascination with what was it, Demon Slayer?
yeah.
And this word weeb was thrown around. Like
I was starting to build up a case, but that really confirmed it. That Niko is a weeb.
What is a weeb?
Someone that loves anime and Japanese culture.
I know nothing about Japanese culture.
So you're a weeb?
His favorite food's hibachi. He
did spoil that one. You walked in here like 20 minutes ago saying you love
I
hibachi.
thought Mike was eating hibachi. It was Chinese food. I don't like Chinese food, really.
But you like hibachi nonetheless.
That's Japanese.
He reads the Demon Slayer comics on the computer.
I found that out a couple weeks ago.
And he spent $10 on Naruto DLC, so you tell me.
That was for the whole game. It was 10 for the whole game, which you also own. Someone owns that, Tom.
Not me.
I am a somewhat weeb, but the thing is,
what's the definition of a weeb?
pretty much someone that watches a shit ton of anime.
And what else?
Well, just morally obsessed with Japanese culture as well.
You're building a case that you're a weeb, Niko.
I told you, I just know a lot about everything.
I'm willing to bet that he has a pair of chopsticks at home that he eats his ramen with.
I do not. I also don't eat ramen at home. I only go get it from restaurants and stuff.
He goes to restaurants for ramen.
No, but in Charlotte there was a.
That's enough.
In Charlotte there was like a big ramen restaurant. It was.
You go to
get like a
that's
jug
the
of
thing
it
is
like
going
this
to a
big.
restaurant for ramen noodles.
Yeah. It's not the same kind of cheese. It's different.
It's like
what do you mean?
It's like not like a 40-cent ramen. Like it's like a $10 like really like high quality like.
Okay, so you're getting pasta
like that.
Yes, but it's like.
Well,
it's
more of a
like
soup.
Other stuff in it.
It's like
yeah,
more
of a
closer to soup.
It
Yeah.
actually looks pretty good.
I'm telling you, like ramen, like actually from a ramen shop is so good.
With the eggs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know about the eggs, Steve. You lost me there, but that picture does look pretty good.
It's very good. I'm not saying like I frequented it, but I would get it like once
it sounds
every.
like you're a frequent flyer of the ramen.
Every
Am
like
I
3
wrong?
months, I would get it. When I
He
was
told me once that he had to have hibachi at least once a week, or he goes into meltdown mode.
I used to when I was at school. I don't have the money to get hibachi like twice a week.
At the cost of what the hibachi is, that's a requirement that you have once
I
a week.
used to get it when I was in school. They had a hibachi place on my campus.
That is pretty cool.
and I've known Niko a long time, and I'm learning more and more about Niko.
What do you
about
mean?
Stuff I just didn't. I would
right.
never picture you as watching cartoons or being an anime guy.
I
More importantly, sitting on the computer reading the anime comic books.
I
on the
don't do it
computer.
normally.
I would never think that.
I watched Demon Slayer. It's the only one I've done it for. There's only one season out so far. I was like, the manga's complete. I need to know what happened.
Hibachi once a week.
Well, that's just a food that people like.
Yeah, but
I'm
not like
once a
hibachi?
week?
I'm building my case. I'm building
Oh
my.
That he's a
God.
weeb.
Whatever.
Next comes the subscription to Crunchyroll.
That's free.
So he probably has an account.
No, I don't.
Once you pay, though, you don't have to watch
promise I don't.
commercials.
I do not have a subscription to Crunchyroll.
He
I
uses someone else's.
I just like watching some anime. I don't like do like other stuff. Why is eating hibachi like
Obsessed with it, though.
I have absolutely zero tolerance for anime. Zero. The only thing worse is fucking Gundam.
Is that not?
There's nothing wrong.
Is Gundam? Is that not like a?
That is
tight,
anime.
yeah, isn't it like mech anime?
Do they
Like,
have
is it a
bathrooms in a
genre?
Gundam?
I don't watch Gundam.
Let's
not
not get
in
down
it
that
for a
bad.
long time.
So there's
I mean-
nothing wrong with being a weeb. I want to clarify that.
Yeah.
But
I
if you
thought
try to deny it, then it starts to be a problem.
I'm just saying that I don't know where all this hate comes from. I
That's
know
it. There's
a
nothing
lot
wrong with being a
about
weeb.
I didn't think there's anything wrong with being a weeb. I had no idea what a weeb
It's just
was
it is.
until about
It's
45
calling a
minutes
spade
ago.
a spade.
I'm just saying I don't.
Dave is
think,
not allowed to talk about Gundam here. That's how bad a Gundam is.
I've never seen Gundam.
It's when you build a bunch of robots and
I
you
know
go
what
fight
it
out in the middle of
is.
nowhere. Like no one ever thinks about the buildings that they're stomping
it's
on and the
in,
people that could be dying.
They fight in
under it.
space, Dan.
In
What?
Ready
They
Player
fight in
One,
space,
there's
like-
Gundam, isn't there?
Gundam
Yeah,
in space.
They fight in. They're like
Yeah,
space
Gundam
ships.
was in Ready Player One.
Okay, but there's another one too.
Wait,
the
I'm pretty
guys,
sure
like,
I've
in,
seen
like, this
Gundam
little, like,
fighting in
suit,
city
kind of.
atmospheres.
Maybe sometimes.
I have
But no one ever
thought
thinks
The
about
main
the
battles
buildings
take
they're
place.
destroying.
Like,
Like,
no
one
one
of,
thinks
like,
about the buildings in
guys
Superman either.
Gets it and he fights like the big, whatever. Yeah, that
Yeah.
What is that?
is that one
Is that a
Yeah.
Gundam?
in Ready Player One. That's I said
It's
that's.
a
Oh,
right.
yeah,
bunch-
yeah.
From
I
what
figured out
I've
where
been told
Gundam
about
was.
Gundam, it's a bunch of robots that get put together to form one big robot that has a bunch of little people inside running it like a machine.
Like
I don't
Power
get them.
Rangers?
That's Transformers. They don't really combine
No,
them.
that's like Power Rangers.
yeah.
But there's
Or,
someone inside the Gundam running the machine.
Just one, right?
Yep.
I've asked like 89 questions about Gundam. No one ever gives me a good answer.
It's essentially
I've
like a
never seen
big human suit.
It's like
Human-shaped
it's
suit.
like a Transformer if there was someone inside of it.
What powers a Gundam? Does it take gasoline?
I don't look at the.
See, these are
logistics
questions that
of
no
You're
one
asking
can
the
answer.
wrong guy.
Yeah.
These are questions that nobody can answer when I
They're
ask
probably
about
rocket
Gundam.
fuel or
You
something.
love X-Men. It's like
I've
the same,
had
like,
Dave
how,
Mann
where's the mutant
sitting
gene
next
come
to me
from,
for
dude? Like,
years, and I asked, and Boder, I've asked numerous questions about how Gundam works, and neither one of them can answer the question.
there's no like book on how Gundam works. I don't
Really?
think.
They don't take gasoline? They take oil?
They're not real.
Well, do they go in for a tune-up? Like, what happens when they get damaged?
They do
Who-
tune-ups.
Who fixes
They
it?
probably-
Who
They do have a
fixes it?
repair
They
guy.
probably build
Okay,
them.
more
call it the
importantly,
mechanic.
When a Gundam gets destroyed, I gotta imagine off the storyline. The next week it's back in the storyline again fighting.
No,
it
they
out.
just get a
How
different
do-
one.
How does the Gundams get repaired so quickly? Is there a bunch of people that come out and fix
They're
it?
like
Yeah.
warships, like airplanes.
How, there's buildings that big for a Gundam to fit in to get repaired. What is that?
They're not
A
that
real
big.
one.
They're
Japan built
probably
one.
like. I would say to scale, they're
That
probably
one's pretty big.
about the size of an airplane.
It is.
If it was
Life
standing
size.
up straight.
I have zero tolerance for cartoons. I have zero tolerance for anime. I have zero tolerance for
You should put a sign up on the
Gundam.
store out front. You wouldn't get a customer in here if you said that.
Whoa!
It's just an awful interesting store to run when you
And
say
got
when
the
those
Steve
comments are
laughs
coming
going.
out of your mouth.
I'm also a person that I've never played a video game like Mario, but I never played Mario when I was a kid.
You don't like Mario?
I'll say that I do, just
You
to keep things.
play Mario Kart.
to keep the relation smooth. He's also never played baseball either.
That is true.
Very absurd.
You don't need to play baseball to run baseball.
It helps.
You
When
might
rule
tolerate your life
situations come
more if You're
around.
always around baseball.
Even I played baseball, and look at me.
Steve play baseball?
Yeah. I played
Tom
one-
told this is a good one. Tom told me that the funniest thing in the world is getting Dan to throw a baseball with him.
Not really. There's nothing funny about
He
it.
said he
never seen
offered him
you play
$20
baseball.
to play catch with him once, and he
And I
declined.
did.
And he declined.
Actually, he reminded me that he owed me $20 for that. I did 100% do it.
We'll have to put that on content. I'll have to play catch with Dan because I am super curious after
Play
he
catch
said
with me.
that.
Tom challenged me to a game out yesterday in the garage. We have a little basketball, like a Nerf gun or a Nerf basket in the ball, and he challenged me to out. And he's like, "Oh, he thought he was gonna kick my ass." Well, I got him to UNO, and I was UNO, and he almost lost. And I would never ever play. I would have retired immediately and never
That
played
would
out
have been
again.
a vicious loss. A vicious loss.
Tom was trying to do fancy shots. I was hitting the simple ones, and he couldn't get the simple ones
Well,
in.
Nerf hoops are definitely tough to.
Well, he also was using. I have suspicions of he was using the wrong ball.
You're not using the same one.
No, he was using like one of those really. You have the Nerf basket, and he's using one of those the plastic ball. Like you need a Nerf ball to do it, not one of the plastic. You know what I'm talking about? I say not plastic, but they're like the
Rubber.
rubber. Yeah, it's like a rubber. Like it almost broke the basket every time.
Play catch with me.
We'll have to play
Tom
catch.
for content. Did Tom play baseball?
For a while.
I think he was good.
I'm not sure he was a hitter, though.
Was he an all-star?
He was an all-star, but I don't know if he could hit. I can play throw and catch.
So what happens if, like, you're at the fields doing your presidential duties and someone hits a ball over the fence and it lands at your feet and the coach is like 50 yards away and he's like, can you toss me that, Presidente?
If I know I can quick, like, as a simple throw, otherwise I bring it over to him.
Dan does bring it over.
Wow.
Dan, did I not? I almost saved your life one time. Remember I was carrying the box and someone hit like a foul ball. Like it was like a line drive one. Caught it. Remember that?
No.
Dan like stopped like, wow, I'm impressed.
You never know. There's like missiles out in the Little League field. You never know when the ball's going to come flying down. It's awful.
It is pretty scary sometimes. Everyone's like, ah!
You never know when one's going to be. It's like random missiles dropping to the ground. Heads up!
That's why you got to play baseball.
So that's on the list on demand. We want to see Dan playing catch.
I can play.
We'll have to do that for an incentive
They did
or
it in
something.
the backyard one time. Like, go Dan, play throw and catch. And I did. And like Johnny was there, and they're all trying to troll, and I was doing just fine.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, you can be the judge of it. In fact, you might clarify that Tom owed me $20 for that because I did I did play throw and catch.
I'd pay a lot of money if you put like catcher's gear on and I could pitch to you. That would be
I wouldn't do that.
We do got to do some home run derby down at the field one of these days.
Home run derby. How about we do home run derby here in the store like we used to do?
There's no room.
What do you mean? There's 9,000 square feet here. How is there not room?
Let's do home run derby.
With a real ball and bat.
Yeah, we'll do that.
No, not here at the fields.
Oh, well, that's a different story. You just worry about your pickleball match later tonight, Niko. When I destroy you once again, 1v1.
Did we already go over that last time?
Did we go over last time?
The tears and the excuses and the
Yeah,
drama.
we did.
We talked
Okay.
about it last time.
Did we? It was over a week ago. You lost in pickleball to me.
I think it was Saturday. It was a Saturday.
He's clarifying that. But you
Just
lost
to clarify, Niko lost to me in pickleball. Just making sure that's a clear clarification.
I shouldn't have let it be as close as it was.
You better watch this shit talk. He's about to take out some serious frustration on you after the show.
I'm not concerned at all. What else did I talk about? We were talking about the James Bond movie and how that's out. None of us have watched that. I'm gonna be real tired of not going to the theaters to watch movies.
Dan at the beginning of the week was just like, I have some very serious business. When are we watching James Bond?
It's a very serious
I didn't
question
realize
at the time.
Dan was such a big James Bond fan.
Either.
I love James
I've
Bond
liked
movies.
James Bond. I never thought they were like day one movie theater
Oh,
watches.
yeah, big time.
I feel like it's just. I wouldn't say that the movies, like, I don't view them as like that great of a movie, but it is like a big thing. I feel like.
You ever watch a James Bond movie at home or in your basement and have surround sound? And the helicopters are flying over, and then the when it sounds like you're right there. It's like one of the best movies to watch.
In the theaters or at home?
At home, and you blare
so
up
why
the
do you wanna
surround
watch it at the
sound.
movies?
Well, I mean, you watch it in the theaters too, but you go back and watch the old ones, and you crank up the surround sound. Your neighbors are gonna think there's something going on at your house.
I really like Skyfall.
I was gonna just bring that up. That was one of my more recent favorite movie experiences.
And you guys aren't at all concerned.
The
about
other
going to
ones I
watch the
didn't
new
see in
one.
the theaters.
I want to watch it.
Casino Royale was a good movie, great movie, but
Unbelievable.
No, that's Skyfall.
overall, I just don't like Daniel Craig as James Bond. He doesn't look
Sean
like him.
Connery.
He's got no strong chin. He's got blue eyes, and he doesn't even have black hair.
I think it's Daniel Craig. I mean, my favorite is Pierce Brosnan.
All
But I think
so we
Daniel
agree there because
Right.
that was our era. James Bond, Pierce Bronson.
I mean, you got to go with what your era was. My era was Pierce Brosnan. I think he's one of the better. I've never watched the older James.
Him
Bonds.
on the front of that N64 cartridge. That'll always be James Bond for me. And he just pretty much looks like Sean Connery. They all kind of look alike, other than Daniel Craig. He doesn't fit the type.
Pierce Brosnan looks like a 007. I'm not quite sure what the characteristics are of being a 007. He just looks like a 007. I think that's fair to say.
Did we talk about who the next one was? Did they?
Who?
The next.
They haven't released it yet.
Who? But didn't someone say they thought it was going to be someone?
They
Weren't
came
they
out,
saying Idris Elba for a while? Or?
Yeah, I thought that was the thing too. too.
They came out and basically said that they're not going to do a female James Bond because they're talk about that.
It's James.
Well, no, but they came out. Well, no, it's 007.
Okay.
So, but the name that plays 007 is a position. It's James Bond who's 007. So 007 could be someone else. Okay. It's just the name of the 007 is James.
They
Bond.
don't die with the code name.
I don't know. I really never been able to get a full confirmation on that word.
Like isn't 006?
There's a 006. There's 007. There's 008. So I mean, I think you're just a 00 basically. So really, the female could be. I mean, they came out and said they would just do like a different storyline with the female. Like they wouldn't do 007, or they would just make a stronger part of the movie being a female.
That'd be the proper way to do it, and I would be completely in support of that.
What?
Said in Skyfall, wasn't there like?
She had
that was pretty high up.
I think he did have an assistant. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a Moneypenny.
Yeah.
I actually liked that. I hope that Moneypenny's in this one. I liked her in the other ones. I thought she was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't hate Idris Elba. I kind of like him. So I feel like Henry Cavill's just the way to go.
Oh shit.
Oh God, Henry Cavill.
That'd be pretty wild. Do you think he has the swag for it though?
He is on the list.
He was in
He's you know what? You can't have him. He's an emotional basket case.
Yeah, but he's just like.
How so?
What do you mean, how so?
What do you mean emotional basket case?
He's fucking Superman. He doesn't want to be Superman.
Because the movie stunk.
That's not the... You know what? I've always... It's a whole other tandem you just sent me off on. Okay? When you're an actor and you get to the point where you become a superhero or you become a major... I'm so sick and tired of the actors going, I don't want to play Captain America anymore. You're fucking Captain America. Go out there and play the captain. Like I don't get it. Like how if I was Batman, I would want to be Batman in every Batman movie that comes out. Would you not want it? I wouldn't care. It wouldn't be a money issue for me. It wouldn't be. I want to be the Batman.
They probably get tired of living their whole life like that.
Like Daniel Craig was one of them. He after the second 007 movie, he's like, I don't want. I'm tired of being 007. Like, you're fucking 007. Like, what do you mean?
I would love that one. I wouldn't get tired of.
I
would love to be James Bond
with Henry Cavill as like basically James Bond, but it's like.
Is it Mission Impossible?
No,
he
was the villain.
As a villain.
That's not what I mean. I thought it was Henry Cavill in Armie Hammer.
I don't remember him.
It's like, do you have his like IMDb?
Got the TMDB.
That
I don't know.
one.
Oh, the Man from Uncle.
Never heard of it.
It's a good
So
movie.
Henry Cavill and Batman.
People love him.
They were completely down with playing their roles, but until Justice League came out.
I don't get why he wouldn't want to be. He's like a nerdy dude too. Like, did you see that he was on Twitch? Like, he built like his PC like live on Twitch, and he was like.
He did gain a lot of fans
like,
from
That's
that.
pretty
It
cool.
just kills me that the people play these roles and they're like, I don't want to do it anymore. Like,
I mean, I would understand like the Man of Steel were like.
Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, very absurd. They don't want to do that with how much money they could get. But
right, and then but the best part is they're in a position where they don't have to have there doesn't need to be any more Iron Man movies. They can just simply do the small can. That's all they need to do.
Yeah.
Like it's like that. It's all like. I don't understand it. Like if I was a superhero, I would want that superhero to be affiliated with my name as long as I possibly can. Like I would want to be the Cyclops in every X-Men movie that comes out.
Some people want to be more than that.
Cyclops stinks.
Hugh Jackman was very down with being every single Wolverine.
And he was, and he has been.
I mean, it is tough. Like for like a Hugh Jackman, like once like he can't stay like jacked his whole life.
But he's different. He's had like 30 years of it now, 20 years ago. I'm talking people like Christian Bale with Batman. I don't want to play Batman anymore. Like, give me a break.
The first
pal.
Iron Man came out in like 2008.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's getting old now.
Really? 2008 was the first Iron Man?
I'm pretty sure.
That was the first MCU.
So it's barely been 10 years? And all the Iron Man...
10 years?
Yep,
Look at
2008.
So he's played Iron Man for some time, actually.
Not really.
Depending on how old he is.
He's played Iron Man for 13 years. That's
how
not
old
a
is
lot.
Robert Downey? Is he 40 or 50?
Definitely 50.
56.
Yeah.
So for about 20% of his life, he's been Iron Man.
First off, the problem number one is that Marvel hired a guy who's 43 years old to play.
That's true.
That you should have went with someone who's like 35, where you can have them for a while. That's their first problem.
I mean,
it's really not that
Iron
big.
Man, you don't really need to do much. Like he
does
showing,
go
like,
into
his
the
face
suit
cam,
pretty
like,
much,
in the suit,
and any of the serious stuff, he's in the suit.
I would love to have. I would love to be in the position to become a superhero in a movie or a show. To be able
Super Dan.
I don't know. Like, okay, ready? Here's another. If you're a superhero, who would you be? First off, would you play a hero or a villain?
Are you saying
hero is more sustainable?
an established one already, or?
Yeah,
established hero. Actually, the villain that I would want to be if I was a villain, when you have to show my face, Doctor Doom. He's gonna be like the biggest thing in MCU soon. Doctor Doom's sick.
Isn't that gonna be Rock?
No, that's Black Adam in DC.
Hey, so if you could be, if you could be a villain, let's start there. Who would you be as a villain?
I'd probably like the Green Goblin.
As a villain?
You'd be a wild troll.
See, who would you be as a villain?
Pass for now.
Maybe
I don't
Bane
watch many
with a mask.
movies.
Who would you be?
Bane would be cool. Doctor Doom, he's sweet.
Oh, Two-Face. Harvey Dent. Okay, now switch over to...
Joker would be fun, but everybody wants to do that.
Now switch over to a hero. Who would you be as a superhero?
Like
that's a little tougher.
Who I like or who I think would be the best
if someone sat down, if you walked into a production company and they go, Niko, we want to do a movie with you. You can be any superhero you want to be.
So,
well, let's say they had to deal with everybody. You could be Marvel, DC.
No, I'm saying that I wouldn't want to be someone who's already like Iron Man. You're already thinking Downey.
Okay, don't think like that. Just think of what superhero would you want to be?
Basically, what your favorite superhero is.
My favorite superhero, I like Spider-Man, but I wouldn't want to have the mask on all the time.
Spider-Man would be pretty fun to play.
I think that.
Imagine him popping his mask off and it was just Nico's face.
My favorite superhero is Wonder Woman, so I can't be Wonder Woman. I'm doing what you said not to do. All things considered, I'd be a nice Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. There's no one really. Ryan Reynolds doesn't want anything to do with that. There's no one really associated with Green Lantern right now. And that's a lot of franchising, all the Green Lantern core movies and stuff like that. It's a good choice. Any kind
Who do you want to be?
Black hair.
Aquaman.
Who?
Aquaman.
Oh my god.
The wet man.
Who?
For villain, Loki. For hero, Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic, that's a good one too. That's like a Hal Jordan one, like Mr. Fantastic, not really even associated with him right now.
I'm torn between two. One is a completely minor superhero that got screwed in all the movies that he was in. And the other one, the first one, I really would be. If I had to choose, I want to be Batman. I would love to play the Batman in the DC universe. Love to play Batman. My other one would be Cyclops from X-Men, but he got absolutely destroyed in the movies. Like he's like a minor part. And
he'd be a good Cyclops. You just have to wear sunglasses all the time.
Yeah.
All I can think of with the X-Men movies is just like after every movie, just panning back to a graveyard of superheroes.
Yeah.
Starting with
Cyclops is getting completely obliterated by Jean Grey.
That one franchise is absolutely just destroyed. Cyclops, one of the biggest X-Men characters of all time, right besides outside of Wolverine. They just like completely make him a minor character in all the movies. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They make him a bitch in all the series. I couldn't stand it.
All he's got is laser eyes. You can only do so much.
So much.
How can you make a movie with him anytime he uses it?
He's a dick, which I could be a great dick on TV, or I could be an asshole. And then he has some basic powers. I think it'd be good.
It's probably because anytime he used his power, he'd probably melt somebody, so they really couldn't show that.
And his girlfriend's way stronger than him. That's tough.
Hate to see it. Okay, we're past 6 o'clock. We have anything else to go over?
Nope.
Kind of talked about TV shows the whole episode.
We just confirmed that Niko is a weeb, and we're moving on.
Did we confirm that? Is that 100% confirmation now that you're a weeb?
Are Steve and Mike Weeb?
How do you spell weeb? W-E-E-B?
I think I am, but I don't think I'm as much as one as you are.
Yeah, it's...
How many different anime have you watched?
Enough. That's all I need to see.
All the way through, probably only like 2 or 3.
So, if you heard the word, this is a side question. If you heard the word Dino, how would you How would you spell that? Dino.
D-I-N-O.
Thank you. Dan wins.
But it's also Dino.
Well, Dino. I've known there's a dog that I know that was Dino, and that's how it's spelled.
With
that's
an
the
I.
only time I ever heard
Right.
it. Yeah.
There's a guy named that, and Dan's getting torn apart in chat.
I was calling it was a Dino 294-278-97.
I think it was Deano.
So why would you
No,
spell
it was Dino, and I kept calling him Dino. He goes, nope, it's Dino. No. He said Dino is with E. He goes, I'm Dino. I would never
if
say
I read
Dino.
it in a name like that, I would probably think Dino just because
Oh.
He said, nope, it doesn't matter. On the sake of not when I first said his name, I didn't know this whole argument.
You should have
so
said
I said Dino.
Dino. What is that?
Dino.
But I'm saying
set
I
him
don't
up.
know what I would say
You
now.
set him up.
I did
because-
not
You
set
did
him up.
a little bit.
He no.
This is classic Dan.
This is how I got set up when the name came up, and I just said Dino. I wasn't able to have this conversation before I said Dino.
But I'm saying you should have told me the name, spelled it, and said read this or say this. Dino.
I said, how would you spell Dino?
Okay, the same
There's
way
no
as
difference.
Dino. But I'm saying that I would have. I don't know off the top of my head. I would have to just see it and be like, oh, bang, that's it.
Let's put it to a vote. Next customer that comes in, we'll ask them.
Can you read this for me?
We did that with the Christmas movies, and I got a weird look when I said that the Santa Claus, or you said the Santa Claus was the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
We're not doing this again.
We'll end it on that, but Dan was wildly wrong.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
No, don't, now you're making it. What's the best Christmas movie of all time?
No, that wasn't the argument. No, the conversation was
Widely regarded to.
What is the most iconic Christmas movie that you think of automatically? When you think of a Christmas movie, what do you think of right away?
It's the one with the Rudolph and the
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Yeah. What?
That was one of them. Rudolph the Red-Nosed
That's
Reindeer.
a cartoon.
Like the claymation one, yeah.
Exactly.
With the silver and
Thank
gold
you.
guy.
Thank
I'm talking about if you're on TV and they say, well, let's go watch a Christmas movie. What's the first Christmas movie
I
you
said
think
that
of?
one that you said or the Grinch.
If I was watching a live action Christmas movie, it would not be the Santa Claus. Is not what I would say.
The Santa Claus is all the way down here on Christmas.
I don't even know what's the one that's famous, the really old one. Isn't
A
that
Christmas Story?
Tim Allen.
No, Christmas
No.
Story.
I'm-
Santa Claus.
Christmas Story,
Tim
but
Allen.
I'm thinking about even older than that. Isn't
Miracle on 34th Street?
Yeah, that one was on the list of the top ones.
Yeah,
so
I've never seen that, but I would say that's if I was thinking live action, that's probably what I would think of. Or a Christmas Story, yeah.
This is
Before a
Niko's last
Santa
episode.
Claus.
Frosty the
Rudolph
Snowman
one-
is even higher
Rudolph with the silver and gold guy and the abominable snowman, the little elf that wants to be a dentist. That's the most classic
This
Christmas
little
movie
elf
of
that
all
wants to be a
time.
dentist. Again, we're going into the not
Kinda.
even a cartoon. I don't even know what to call it.
Like claymation? I don't know.
Okay, it's not a movie.
Yes, it is. What is it?
It's
cartoon.
wood figures walking around and going.
Clay.
That's not like.
That
Or
was
wait,
the
what's
greatest
the one,
Christmas
what's
movie
the
of
one
all
with,
time.
the Santa, where it's before he's Santa, put one foot in front.
Oh, God.
Isn't that the same one?
No, but it's the same animation. I think it's a different movie though.
Old Kris Kringle.
Yeah, Kris Kringle. It's with that wig.
I am
Or
old
wait,
Kris
is
Kringle.
that which one's the one with
None
the,
of these.
Bing,
are
bing,
movies.
bum,
Which
bing,
one's
bum,
the one
bing.
with
So bad.
which is that the one with the heat miser and the
Oh,
snow miser?
that's the year without Santa Claus.
Yeah, now that's
God,
that's
this-
number
I love
two.
that song.
Year without Santa Claus. Heat miser, Dan. You don't know him?
This is so
Do you know
bad.
the heat miser?
I'm Mr. White Christmas.
I'm Mr. Snow.
Yeah, that's snow miser.
This is just
Snow miser,
so
heat
bad.
miser. Dan,
None of these are movies.
you don't know them?
Oh, I know them, but I'm not one I want to watch on Christmas Eve.
All right, you guys have to tune in during Christmas time. We're gonna force Dan to watch some of these on air
I'm gonna make that
from
the phone
beginning to end.
I think with Amazon now, if we rent them, we can actually play them on Twitch.
We'll get you a little hot chocolate.
No, I'm gonna a
A little bit of
Wait.
peppermint
Last
stick
thing.
in it.
Yeah, with that
Last-
candy.
I hate
cane.
hot chocolate.
Last thing, the movie in the world that I hate more than anything, my least favorite movie of all time, Polar Express.
It is
Never
not.
mind.
I
heard they had a
actually
great
never saw
soundtrack.
that.
I heard they have a
I
very good
hate
soundtrack.
that movie. Doesn't make any sense.
It is.
I thought he was gonna say Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, there's ghosts. Like, what's going on there?
The animation
The
of it
animation's
is
the worst
terrible.
animation
Yeah.
of all time. It sucks. I will take that to the grave. That is the worst movie.
I
of
think
all
we need to
time.
make Niko watch a Halloween movie too.
Bless you.
Come on, Mike.
I did the dab.
Whatever. When you watch Demon Slayer, I'll watch that.
Never gonna happen.
Dan could be a weeb eventually. That's how
we
all
got
weebs
enough content
start.
lined up for a couple months now.
All right, so that's going to be it for this episode of Behind the Counter. We got Danny NASCAR back. We'll be back. Danny NASCAR tonight, 8 o'clock. Giving away a copy of NASCAR 21 Ignition, so make sure you tune in for that. 9 o'clock here, right here on Inside Game TV. And, of course, Austin will close out tonight, Monday Night Gaming, at 11 o'clock our time. I think 8 o'clock his time. I think they're 3 hours behind. I don't know. I hope everyone has a great night. Danny NASCAR up next. Until next week, adios.
Grinch is the best.